Okay, go ahead.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. I would like to call this meeting to order. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Treaty 1 territory and the traditional homeland of the Métis Nation. My name is Marla Billinghurst. I will be chairing the panel this afternoon. With me on the panel this afternoon are Mr. Robert Hutchings and Mr. Marcel Lorendo. Our secretary this afternoon is Ms. Michelle Neepin, and the City of Winnipeg assessors are Mr. Dutchan Ramsawak and Mr. Doug Strachan. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment roll in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision, and the Board of Revision is appointed annually by Council and is independent of it and the City Administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or to the Court of Queen's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the matters to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony, followed by questions that the applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today, and the session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You will receive the order by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record, and the use of cell phones is not permitted except by the approval of the chair. So please turn your cell phones off. And as directed by Manitoba Health, we're requesting people avoid close contact within 2 meters with anyone showing symptoms of a respiratory illness, such as coughing or sneezing. If you are experiencing flu-like symptoms, we are requesting that you excuse yourself from the room. All right, with that, we will begin this afternoon's docket with the first property, which is 29 Sandwalk Court. Michelle, could you please swear everybody in? Thank you.
Can you say your full name, please? Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing should be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. I'll affirm you first. Yeah. Your full name, please. Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes.
All right, Mr. Strachan, please proceed when you are ready.
Okay, it's roll number 030929827110, 29 Sandwalk Court. The
file number
1949694970, and for 2020 4968.
Which one are we starting with?
2018,
19, which is 4969 and 4970.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, for the property, since it's a 2018-2019 supplementary, the reference date is April 1st, 2016. There was recommendations for for both of these supplementaries, 545,000 for both the 2018 and 2019 supplementary. Again, supplementary for a recommendation, 545,000.
No, we,
I'm offering that to the appellant at this point.
Marla?
Sorry, I was just making a note for 1 second. Sorry, I can't write that fast. Do you accept that recommendation?
No, we're much closer, but we will proceed with the hearing. Presentation, sorry.
Okay. Mr. Strachan, please go ahead with your presentation.
Okay. For the 2018 and 2019, it's the same sales comparisons. So I'll supply the sales and the same recommendation of 545,000 will be suggested. Comparable number one, Upper Vienna is a subject property in Bridgewater Lakes, built in 2018, approximately 2,600 square feet. Has a full basement. According to the records, there's no basement development, 3 washrooms, central air, attached garage, and lot size approximately 13,000. The sales comparisons are, you'll see Bridgewater Forest, Bridgewater Lakes, and South Point, same general area, all 2-story properties. Older neighborhoods, you'll see the year built 2011 to 2016, where the subject properties built in 2018. All of the comparables are less, lower in size, 2,000 to approximately 2,500 square feet. No basement developments, 3 washrooms, very much the same features, fireplaces, attached garages, etc. Lot sizes, approximately 5,800 through just over 10,000 or just under 11,000 square feet. All of the properties have an influence, commercial, traffic, etc. Time adjusted sale prices. Sale February 2016, 542,000, comparable to 530,000. Comparable 3, 467,000, and comparable number 4, 514,000. Subject property, the original assessment was 555,000. Again, I'm offering suggesting the recommendation or suggestion of 545,000. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
Yes, thank you. In your comparables, you had mentioned that they all had, I guess, traffic influences. I'm just noting that there's none on the subject. Is there a definition for the influence on here, or is just have not been reviewed? Or?
The subject property, to the best of my knowledge, does not have any influences. There's no traffic. It's a bay. There's no nearby traffic. It's a high lot in the middle of the bay, so there is no influences being applied to that property, such as comparable 1, the commercial, nearby traffic. But in this case, the subject property isn't suffering from any negative influences.
Okay, and then on the second page, the subject is at the top of all of these there. Directly north of that is what appears to be vacant land. Is that possible that is planned roadway to go through from Kenniston to the perimeter or Brady?
I can't guess at that. I don't have the knowledge, but at this point, it's not, it doesn't exist at this point.
And your comparables, just when looking at the sale prices that are presented here, do those amounts, they came from MLS, is that correct, or something of the similar nature? Like the sale prices themselves?
The sale prices?
Yes.
Sales come through from Land Title's office.
And do they include GSD when they report those values?
Generally, we don't have a breakdown. These comparables, I can't give you that answer.
Okay.
At this point.
And are you aware if? Okay, sorry. No. And then I was speaking to Mr. Ramzowak. I did send a statement of adjustment for this property. Have you had a chance to review that?
For approximately 1 minute. Yes, I reviewed it.
Is there any reason to think that that wouldn't be a indication of the market value of the property, considering what it was paid?
Without more in-depth investigation, I'm under the assumption that all this information is valid. So I can't deny the information.
Thank you. Those are my questions. And I will just note that they will apply to all years, the same questions, if that's a fair comment to make.
Thank you very much. Mr. Lorendo, any questions?
A few. On your report, do you know who the builders were on the 4 comps?
On the comps, no, I don't, sorry.
Did you see any previous sales of the land on those comps?
I did not review. I did not see that.
On the original site, you've got it at 555. Did you review the sale of the land in 2017 and who did the acquiring of that land?
I did not look into that.
Are you aware of any sales of lands that go through to the owner 1-2 years ahead and then the house is built later and they added on prices what you are recording?
Personally, I did not know that. I didn't have a lot of time to investigate this property, so I can't give you a...
Did you review the actual sale of this property?
I did not. Another representative had the opportunity to review it.
Okay, I'll wait for him to make his presentation and I'll ask him some questions. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Hutchings, any questions?
It's muted. You're muted. Yes.
Not working, take your mute off.
I think
Bob?
How's that?
No, almost. There you go.
You're recommending revising the assessment for 2019 at 545 or about $205 a square foot?
Yes.
204.89 from 555,000 based on market evidence going from $207 up to $235, and the assessment on the property for 2019 is sitting at just under 209,000. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And you're revising down to 205. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And the four comps, 3 of them have got the perceived negative influences. Comp number 1, heavy traffic. Comp number 3 is medium traffic, and comp number 4 is a corner on a medium traffic street. Would you know what streets are influenced, or what those influences are? What streets those would be? I guess they're all in the in Bridgewater here, but no, one's in South Point, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the map should give you a rough idea of the location. Just bear with me, please.
You know, Mr. Strachan, what I'm getting at is that two of them are medium traffic, and one probably a feeder route, and the other one is probably a main route coming into the development, if it's, or possibly backing on a busy street like maybe Keniston or something like, or the perimeter maybe.
Yeah. Comparable number one, the traffic flow, it's, as you'll see, it is backed on to Bison Drive, and it's relatively.
Bison, okay.
Yeah. So it's comparable 3 Brookfield. It backs onto the traffic flow as well. So there is the influences that we found.
Okay.
Do affect the sale prices.
And the subject property, it's not directly backing on that vacant land with potential for, I believe the appellant said there would be potential for a roadway extension there.
Correct. It's the property next door backs onto that.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's all my questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I can only see Mr. Hutchings, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I will just say, please go ahead with your presentation then.
Pardon me. Property.
There we go.
Sorry. Property is on Sandwalk Court. These, quite simply, we are basing our value based on page 3 of my brief. This is the statement of adjustments made by the Ventura Custom Homes. The final cost of the home was $551,213. That includes a $1,000 security deposit that was refunded for landscaping, as well as a realty tax adjustment of $1,319 for a adjusted number of $548,894. All these values do include GST, so we then deducted another 5% from that 548 for a value of 521,449, rounded to 521. The comment I made about the potential roadway was just to consider that the possibility of noise of the roadway. I don't think it's necessarily majorly relevant, as we are looking at an actual statement of adjustment of the costs that were paid. The date of possession for this was December 15th, 2017, and this was made in May of the same year. We didn't make any sort of time adjustments due to the fact that this statement of adjustment would be post-reference for the 2018 year, as it is a year after. So there's no evidence of that. I will just, speaking ahead for 2019 and 2020, we are requesting a value of 521 for all 3 years based on the statement of adjustment that I've presented here today. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. Mr. Strachan, do you have any questions?
You had mentioned landscaping. Where's that located on the?
There's a $1,000 deposit that was refunded. There's no actual cost for landscaping. It's just the deposit. I'm assuming until they hold it until he does it himself.
Okay. When it came through from land titles, was there the breakdown for the base price and the GST?
I did not review what went through on land titles. I don't believe that they include GST as far as my knowledge.
Thank you. You had mentioned the future extension to the north side of the property. Is there, do you know when this is going to happen?
No, the reason I asked was just because there was no land influence for the subject property on the assessor briefs. So I just thought maybe I'd see if there's something I wasn't aware of.
Okay. Did you inspect the property?
No, I have not.
And I don't have your brief handy. You may have missed the paper. I don't see any sales. Do you have any sales?
No, we're not basing. We didn't present any land sales at all. We're just basing all of this on the price that was paid.
So do I understand correctly that the sale occurred post-reference?
For 2018, yes, it'd be a year later.
Okay. I have no other questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Lorendo?
Yes, on your statement of claim, when was the land transfer done?
Again, I didn't review it, but I assume sometime after December or around December of 2017, the date of possession.
Are you sure?
No.
Did the sale occur in May, you said?
The
Of 2017?
adjustment, yes. The house would have been built between May and December. Yeah.
There was a land transfer on that thing for $117,000. Were you aware of that?
The land transfer of 144 or
144, yes.
yes, yeah. The owner indicated that his 551 didn't include that land sale.
Did it include?
Did.
Or did not?
It did.
But you've got on your statement of claim that it's a base value of $499,882, and that does not usually include the sale of the land. The land is usually separate on these statements.
The owner did indicate that it did. I did ask that question to Rocky. I thought that was a valid point, but as he's adamant that that's also included as well. That's what he's indicated.
I'm going to ask you the question, Doug. Why is it showing up as a sale in 2017 for 144 separately on the land?
144,000, that would have been the vacant lot sale.
Correct. To whom?
I
That's the
would
important question.
I would assume the builder plus, I don't have the title, possibly from Manitoba Housing to the developer. I don't have the title in front of me, I'm sorry.
Do you have when that transfer went through, the sale on the land? What the date was?
I do not.
And I'm uncomfortable with your statement of claim then, because it does say base value, and the base is usually the house. That does not include the land.
Okay, just can I ask a follow-up question of the assessor? Were there permit values at all stated on this property?
On the permit, the declared construction value, 313,500. And that permit was taken out May 2017.
I got no further questions, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hutchings.
Thank you. So Ayrton, you're not sure if that base price is for land and building. Am I following this correctly?
From what we were told by the owner, it does include the land.
So if that includes the land, that's only, just bear with me 1 second here. That's a price of, that's $187 a square foot for land and building.
Yeah, I didn't, I haven't inspected it, so I can't really talk much about the finish of it. So, but I'm.
And I guess my point here is that the market evidence is showing anywhere from 208 to 235 a square foot, land and building. So
Yes.
if we go on that base, that means he purchased it for $187 a square foot, which
Well,
seems to indicate building only, possibly. But anyway, but you have no sales in your brief.
no, I didn't bring sales.
Yeah. Okay. And in regards to including the GST, it's your opinion that GST shouldn't be included?
Well, when you have the market value of the property is before GST, the sale prices that are here on the assessor's briefs would also not include the GST if they were pulled from either Keystone Matrix or Sabre. I do believe that that is the amount that is posted prior to the GST.
Okay. Okay. No other questions, Marla. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I have no questions at this time, so I guess, Mr. Strachan, do you want to move on to the 2020?
Okay. Okay, file number 194968. And again, this was 2020, it was a supplementary assessment. Same, again, same features. I won't repeat them. There was no changes to the subject property, basement finish, etc. It's exactly the same. The 2020 assessment, 623,000. Comparable number one, Bridgewater Lakes, famous subject property. Comparable to Bridgewater Forest, and comparables 3 and 4 Bridgewater Lakes as well. All 2-story, 2013 up to 2017. Approximately 2,400 up to 2,750 square feet. Fairly close to this. Narrowed it down to similar square footage as the subject. All full basements. Washroom counts vary. See either 3 or 4 washrooms. Air conditioning, 3 out of 4 have fireplaces, and they all have attached garages. Lot sizes, 6,300, and the highest just over 11,000 square feet. Subject property, again, is approximately 13,000 square feet. And comparables, you see, also have an influence of one sort. The comparables, sale price, time adjusted sale prices, 611,000 up to 637,000. All the sales occurred in 2017. The reference date is April 1st, 2018, so relatively close to the subject date. If you let the sales support the 2020 assessment of 623,000. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you have any questions for the assessor?
I do not know.
Mr. Lorendo?
Any of the, your comparables new houses, or are they all resale?
Without going into the records, I can't give you an answer there. I would assume they are, but I can't confirm that.
You assume resale?
No, I would assume it's new, but I can't confirm that. I'm sorry.
No further questions, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Hutchings?
Yes, thank you, Marla. So regarding Marcel's questions, comp 1, 2, and 3 were built in 2013, 2015, and 15, possibly resales, except for comp number 4, new dwelling on much smaller lot, I guess. Would that be fair, Mr. Strachan?
Yes, there could be the chance that a sale did occur.
Yeah. Okay. Comp number 3 and 4, the lots are about 40 to 50% smaller than the subject property. 35, 40% smaller. No, about 40%, I guess. Any opinion on that?
The with smaller lots, it does have an effect on value. The properties with the approximately 10,000 square feet and above, it is an attraction, higher square footage, high shaped lots, an attraction for a family with children. So it does have an effect on sale prices. It's very difficult to narrow it down to these two properties. I can't.
Okay, fair enough. That's all my questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have no questions. Okay.
There you
There
Sorry. All the information is the same for the previous year, and we're requesting the same value of 521,449, rounded to 521, based on the statement of adjustment that I presented here from the owner that indicated it includes the land and the building.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Strachan. Do you have any questions?
I missed the value you're suggesting.
521, just the same one, yeah.
That was a value, same value that you suggested for the 2018, 2019 supplementary. You feel there's been no change in value?
Not, well, we didn't bring any evidence of time adjustments. If the board felt that there should be a time adjustment, we would be comfortable with that. We didn't do an analysis.
In general, you feel that the market has gone up?
There's a lot of building in the area, but yes, it's gone up. Just it wouldn't be astronomically, not by 80,000 or 78,000. I would suggest.
Did a quick review. I'm suggesting that giving the recommendation that the assessment be adjusted to 575,000.
Was that a recommendation made today?
For the 2020.
I thought you had said you were confirming the 623.
I just want to review the information. I'm suggesting, or I will be giving the recommendation for 575,000 for the 2020 supplementary only.
575.
Ayrton, will you be accepting that recommendation?
I would still suggest the 521 based on this is the reference year that we're dealing with.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Strachan, did you have any more questions or comments?
No, I have no other questions.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Lorendo,
No further questions.
Mr. Hutchings.
No questions, thank you.
Okay. Nor do I, so thank you very much. Okay. Okay. So we are done with 29 Sandwalk Court. The next matter will be 311 Campbell Street.
So,
I'm moving on. Saranjo is taking over.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
We don't have anybody here for that right now. Will we go on to 136 Phoenix?
Sure. 136 Phoenix?
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
Dr. Ramsawak.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing should be the truth? And nothing but the
I
truth?
do. Thank you.
Which one is giving evidence? Right? You will? Okay. Whoever's giving evidence can come up to the table and I'll affirm you. State your full name, please.
I'm Gloria Aquino.
And do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Thank you. And I can take your stuff now for you. I'll get those back to you. We have something to say.
All right, Mr. Ramsawak, please proceed when you're ready.
Regarding the property on 136 Phoenix Way, phone number 050-094-28435. Description of the property in what's considered here as West Caledonian Industrial Area. It's a two-story side-by-side built in 2019, 1,261 square feet is the size of the building with full basement. The assessed value is $280,000, and we have 4 comparables to support the value of $280,000 assessed value. Each of these comparables is in the same neighborhood characteristic area. Each of them is a 2-story home. Each property is side by side. And they were built around the same time, each of them between 2017, which is comparable number 1, and the other 3 built in 2018. Now, as I look at it here, I see that the subject property is just slightly smaller than that of of the other comparables. The lot size is also sort of highly similar to that of the subject property. And unadjusted sale price for these comparables is between $290,000 and $329,000. The higher value of $329,000 is the both comparable, and that is a larger property. So the other three comparables, which is 1, 3, and 4, that are lower values between $290,000 and $306,000, is, when we look at it, considerably higher than that of the subject property built in the same area. Now, looking at these comparables here, I don't typically emphasize price per square foot, as you probably know, but I look at the overall value, the overall characteristics of the area, and I look at value, and I see that when we look at a smaller property at 1,261 square feet with a $22 per square foot, we would simply remember that as the price per square foot becomes higher, the size of the home is going to be smaller. So there is an economy of scale we take into consideration. The $222 a square foot certainly supports the value of the subject property, and the $222 or the $280,000 certainly support the value and the assessment of the subject property. And that's my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Aquino, do you have any questions for the city assessor?
Yeah, if I'm going to compare, because we just moved August last year from Amber Trail. We live up Amber Trail before at 78 Baltic. From 78 Baltic to 136 Phoenix Way. I confused how much they going to add on my property tax monthly compared on my 78 Baltic Bay.
Well, sorry, Ms. Aquino, we're not comparing assessments of other properties. We only can compare sales data, but not assessments.
I'm just confused. It's double the price for the property tax. On my 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, no garage, no fireplace, and the lot is only 1,286 square feet, and the living area is 1,259 square feet, and it's duplex. I don't know why $373 per month for the property.
Okay. Well, did you bring in any evidence of comparable sales? So
Yeah.
So we'll get to your evidence in a minute, but do you have any questions about Mr. Ramsawak's evidence? So right now is your turn to ask the assessor questions about the evidence he just presented. You don't have to, but if you do have any questions, you can ask him.
Yeah, my question is, how did they compute the property tax? Is it by the following? Lot area, living area, zoning area, amenities like school and bus? That's what I want to know. How did they compute it? Why it's come 373?
Okay, well, you're asking Mr. Ramsawak questions.
Okay. The way the assessment is calculated is only through properties that are been sold between 1st of January 2016 up to and including 1st of April 2018. We must get sales to compare it. So we compare your properties based on the characteristics of the property. It's based on location. It's based on the type of property. If in your case, it's a two-story home. It's a side-by-side. And if you notice that the comparables we have here, they are two-story homes and they are side-by-sides. We like to have these properties in the same area. We also like to have these properties when we're comparing them with properties that have been sold in terms of the age, it's very close to yours. Yours is the newest of all, 17, 18, and 19. We're not going to get too many properties that have been sold in 2019. And certainly in 2019 sales, I wouldn't be bringing a 2019 sales here because it's past April 1st, 2018. So we have those sales to continue. Other characteristics would be the size of the home, whether or not it's got a finished basement, whether or not it's got air conditioning and garages, and of course the lot size. If you look at all these comparables, they are highly similar to yours. Now, they're not going to be identical. There's no such thing as compare properties that are identical. And so we're going to make slight adjustment for the properties that are slightly inferior to yours or slightly superior to yours. And therefore come up with what would be a best estimate of value.
So it's not by the lot area?
Well, yes, but it's not just one thing. It's an overall characteristics. It's lot area, as I mentioned. And if you notice, the lot area yours is 2,573 square feet.
No, that's not my lot area. My lot area is only 1,286. The lot area that you're saying is for two property, the two duplex. That's not my property. The other side, it should be half of it. The lot area should be half. It's not 2,005. It's only 1,286 lot area.
I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. If this is the case, and it's something that we will be looking into, but if that is the case, it's highly possible, very highly possible, that all these other properties here have similar lot size that will have side-by-sides that are on the same lot. It's something that I will certainly look into, but for the time being, I would certainly like to think that we have the lot size being correct. Do you have any information to suggest the lot size that yours is 1,000 square feet?
It's half of the 2005. Half of the 2005. Where is that thing? 2,573 should be divided two, because that 2,573 is for two duplex house.
May I have that information to suggest to show that? So now you have divided this. It's your calculation.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're suggesting that it's 1,206 square feet. We have the information to suggest, Madam Chair, we have the information to suggest that this property is in fact 2,573 square feet. Until I can know otherwise, I like to, my presentation is going to be the property is in fact 2,573 square feet. The appellant is not providing any evidence here to suggest that it is 1,286 square feet.
Okay. Okay. Ms. Aquino, do you have any further questions from Mr. Ramsawat?
Yeah, are you gonna consider for the pricing, how the community develop? Because I always compare on Amber Trail when we lived before compared to Aurora, North Aurora. It's a new community. It's not developed yet, fully developed. No sidewalk outside the community, which is McPhillips Corner, Murray. Is that you're going to consider on your computation?
So what we have here, the properties are in the same, highly similar location. And I like to use that term all the time. It's highly similar in terms of location and type of home and so on. So we see, I'm not sure if I had a map to show you. You see the number here on the neighborhood characteristic area. Do you see the number 333 WK industrial? You see that here?
Yeah,
Okay, and you see all the other comparables, comparable number 1, 2, 3, and 4 is the same.
yeah, but different size, lot size.
Okay, so what we do then is to compare properties within the same neighborhood area so that there should be no reason for any adjustment.
So even though it's
reason
not
for
fully
any
developed.
location- No reason for any location adjustment.
Even though it's not fully developed.
Well, so the reality is that your home is still,
No school, no bus, no safety.
Okay, Ms. Aquino, Mr. Ramswack answered that question. So right now, you'll have a chance to give your evidence, but you're just asking him questions, okay, about his evidence specifically.
thank you, ma'am.
Do you have any other questions for Mr. Ramswack?
No, so far not.
No, okay. Mr. Lorendo?
Mr. Angela, on your comparables, comparable number 1, would you say that would be the closest comparable to the 3, seeing as,
If it is the closest comparable.
yes,
Well,
if you look
I'm
at,
not looking at the map. I don't have a map to see where it is. But when we look at the location, the 333 West Kildonia Industrial, it could be several square miles.
that's not what I meant.
That's what
I meant in comparison to,
Uh,
in, as their whole city, like their property has 1 full bath, that one has 2. It has one half bath and 1 half bath. That, and the air conditioning. And they're 2680 on the square footage, both on a back lane, but the other 2 have garages, multi-car garages.
yeah, I see that.
That adds quite a bit of value
They
compared to what the other 2.
does now.
So would the first one not be the best comparable, and maybe a little less because it doesn't have the second bath?
You would still be comparing.
The first comparable,
Yeah.
number 1.
Yeah.
Would that not be your best comparable?
Are you suggesting it's not? Are you suggesting
I'm
that
saying
it's?
it looks like a better comparable than the other 2.
I would agree. I would agree with you.
It's at 216, which would put the price around 272.
Okay. Again, as I mentioned, and I do from time to time, I emphasize the value over value rather than price per square foot. And even if I were to use your term as price per square foot, we are going to be looking at a few dollars more because we have a slight economy of scale. And the principle is a principle of economy of scale in appraisal theory.
Okay, I've got no further questions.
Thank you very much. Mr. Hutchings?
I do have one more point I'd like to make. Can I make one more?
Oh, of course, go ahead.
One more point, Mr. Ramsey.
Yes,
You shouldn't have included the sale of 2019 on your sheet.
yeah, you notice I didn't, well, not emphasizing.
No, but it's on there, so it shouldn't be there. If you could make a point of making sure you don't put them on in the future.
Well, I'll bring it up to management and let them make that decision.
It shouldn't be there, it's post.
Okay, I'll bring that up to management.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Hutchings?
Yes, thank you, Marla. Mr. Ramsawak, where are we located? What's the main thoroughfares that we're near?
In the north, that would be in north western part of the city, West Kildonia area.
Are we off of the north end of McGregor, McPhillips, Pipeline Road?
Murray.
If you bear with me,
Murray Park, okay.
I just quickly take a look at my map. 333. Okay, I see it. I'm going to show Mr. Lebrando that.
No, you better just explain it, please.
Just explain to him, but it's story part.
You want me to explain it? All right. Can you see, if I point something here, can you see?
No, I can't see, no.
No, we
I
cannot.
cannot see, no.
Just explain it verbal. Just give us the two biggest streets.
All right, let me just make, it seems
It's
to
Mac
be,
Phillips.
it's west
Shalom
of,
Mac Phillips.
it's west
Phillips? Okay, thank you.
of Phillips and closer to the perimeter area. In fact, it's the northernmost developed area of the city.
So we're west of McPhillips, and what street is running east and west?
But
80.
Right, Jefferson or?
Corner Murray Avenue. Mac Phillips Corner Murray.
Inkster Boulevard?
No, after Inkster Boulevard.
Okay, got you, okay. And this is a newer, Mr. Ramswak, do you know the area? This is a newer development, obviously, with sideways by sides, developed in the last, between 2017 and 2019, I guess. That's correct, okay. Yeah, okay. And so the 2019 sale is obviously post-reference, as, okay. I think I'll leave my other questions for the appellant. Thank you, that's it, Marla.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll ask the appellant. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, Ms. Aquino, could you please go ahead with your presentation?
Yeah, like you said, I cannot compare, but my presentation is comparison to my old house, which is the price of the house on my right now 136 Phoenix Way is 280,000, and my old house 433,000, and the lot area of Phoenix Way is 1259 square feet, 2-story, no fireplace, no garage.
Right. But as I said, like we're not comparing. We're comparing
if I'm
current sales.
my 3,044 square feet to 1,286. It's way small compared on my present house right now at 136 Phoenix Way, but the price of the tax is 373 versus 435. So yeah, that's a big question for me. Yeah, that's it, I guess. 439 versus 373. Property tax per month, 2019. Value of 280
Oh, okay.
to 433. So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Ramswak, do you have any questions?
Well, I don't know. I don't think I do because there will be no evidence presented.
Okay, that's fine. We don't need an explanation. You do or you don't. You don't. Okay, Mr. Lorendo? Marcel? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I've got one or two here. When did you move into the house?
August last year,
August
2019.
When did you buy the house? When was your purchase date?
August 14 of
Okay.
15.
Of last year?
Yes.
And you bought it after it was constructed?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can't use that as a value. No, I've got no further questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Hutchings?
Yes, thank you. Ms. Aquino, do you have a garage on the property?
Pardon me?
Do you have a garage?
Oh, no, no garage.
No garage, okay. Is there,
Just the driving pad. No garage.
okay, so there's a backyard.
Yes.
Between the lane, you can park a car in there?
Yeah, at the back.
Okay. 2 cars side by side?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm trying to get at in here is you're saying your lot size is only 1,250 square feet. So you're saying that the house takes up every square foot of to the lot line from the front street to the back.
Yes, it's only a few at the front and few at the back.
But you've got enough room at the back to park cars. So and the plan area is 1,260. So obviously there's leftover land for. It's got to be larger than 1,250 square feet.
The main floor is 634 only.
Okay.
630 for the main floor. So the remaining 600 is 200 at the front or 400 at the back.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so when you look at the assessor's brief where he presented the market evidence,
Pardon me? I can.
when you look at the assessor's brief and he presents the market evidence and he's demonstrating that the houses around you, in fact, one on your same street selling for about 300, the side by side are selling for about $300,000.
Yeah, 200. Yeah, 300,000.
Around 300, give or take 20,000 either way.
Yeah.
The market evidence. Okay. So what are you asking the board to reduce your assessment to?
Yeah, if I'm gonna compute it based on my knowledge compared to my old house, it's only 100. Where is it?
Maybe I'll put it this way. What do you think the market value of your property should be?
Right now it's 280.
180?
280.
280. Well, that's what it's assessed at. The assessment is 280,000 right now.
Huh? Tax? No, for the property tax. Are you asking
The assessment value,
for the
What do
the
you,
market value.
worth
what do you think it's worth?
300?
300. There you go, Bob.
Thank you. No other questions. Thank you.
Okay, I think my questions have been answered. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Aquino. Just leave it with us. You'll get your decision in the mail.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Michelle, would it be okay if we just took a short recess before doing the next one? Is that okay with everybody?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. The next matter on the docket is 38 Turnstone Terrace. Michelle, could you please swear in the applicant?
Hi, Mohammed.
Hello, Michelle.
Okay, I'm just gonna affirm you before we get started, okay?
Okay.
Can you state your full name, please?
My full name is Muhammad Hassanin Muhammad Hasabal.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to present at this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Nothing but truth. Yeah.
Thank you.
You don't have a brief from the appellant?
Thank you. Mr. Ramsawak, could you please proceed with your presentation when you are ready?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am ready. Okay, with respect to the property, number 38 Turnstone. Full number 030 929,808.55. This property is located in South Point. And a little more description of the property here is a cab over, which the mean is a bi-level cab over. Single family built in 2017, 1,879 square feet, full basement in this property. And I do happen to have the measurement that we recorded for purpose here for records. 958 square feet is what we have as a developed basement. And I would also have the development size for the basement area and 3 of the compounds. 6,376 square feet is the size of the lot. $513,000 rather, is the assessed value. I have 4 comparables here that does in fact support the assessed value for $513,000. We start with comparable number 1 on 121 Stan Bailey Drive.
Excuse me, sir. Could you please raise your voice? I just barely hear.
You gotta speak into the mic.
Oh, okay. I'll come a bit closer. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I know the feeling because I don't hear very well either.
Okay.
Okay. First comparable, number 121 Stan Bailey Drive, located in the same area, built in 2015 and slightly smaller at 1,790 square feet. This property has a developed basement of 984 square feet, which is about similar to that of your property. Slightly smaller lot size that I see here, and it is $525,000 is the unadjusted sale price. In other words, that's what it was sold for. And with the time adjustment, we have a market value here at $535,000 as of April 1st, 2018. Now, all the properties that we have here for assessed value would be, for market value rather, would be based on the April 1st, 2018 reference date. Comparable number 2 then, 169 Southview Crescent, same location. Again, it's a cab over. It is 2011 built. So that's 6 years difference. 1,925 square feet with a basement that is 962 square feet. $502,000 is the time adjusted sale price that we have on that property. A lot size that is slightly smaller than yours, it is 5,308 square feet. Comparable number 3 then, number 75 West Ford Place in the same location. Built in 2011 with 1,909 square feet, just about 40 square feet larger than yours. However, it does not have a developed basement, and that one is $556,000. As I go on my presentation, you will notice I would not put a lot of weight on that particular property because it's less similar to yours. That is the only property that does not have a finished basement. Comparable number 4 then in number 35, Flander Place. A bi-level, it shows there, but it's also cab over. It's built in 2011, 1,842 square feet, which is about almost 40 square feet smaller than yours, and has a rec room area developed about the same size as yours. In fact, it's 980. It has a slightly larger lot size than yours, and it is $527,000 is the market value on that property. That's the time adjusted sale price on April 1st, 2018. When we look at it again, you see yours is, by comparison, is $513,000. The only one that is actually smaller than yours when I'm comparing the 3 best comparables that has the rec room would be comparable number 2, that is $502,000, which is about $11,000 lower than yours. Now here's what I see in summary. I see that a house that is 6 years newer, that is yours, newer than comparable number 2, which is built in 2011, which is the lower value of $502,000. It is more than likely a property that is 6 years older would sell for a little bit more money than the home that is not quite as old. Comparable number 3 does not have the rec room, and therefore I'm not placing a lot of weight in it, but it's there for supporting the value, so you more or less have to add the value of that to come up with the value of yours. But when I look at it, I think I'm going to go back to say that I'm putting my weight on 3 of the comparables here that has the rec room. So the lowest value of all those properties is the one without the rec room, and therefore what I see here at $530,000 is a value that is supported by the sales that I have. Thank you. That's my presentation.
Thank you very much. Mr. Hasabala, do you have any questions for Mr. Ramsawak?
Well, first of all, I see that most of the numbers that he mentioned, Mr. Ramsawak, is pretty close to the number that they gave me as an assessment. However, I would consider in this number as well, like the type of finishes. It doesn't say what are the type of finishes, what are the improvement that has been done in each property. Like in my case, mine.
Wait, Mr. House, I'm just going to stop you for right now. You're just going to ask if you have questions about his specific presentation. You'll have a chance to make your presentation shortly, but these are just questions about his presentation. So.
Okay, so the question is, has this been like the type of finishes inside each of these high value property has been assessed or compared as to my property?
I'm sorry, will you repeat that question again, please?
Okay, so basically the price of the property would depend on the location, the size, square footage and whatnot. And plus on top of that, there will be the type of finishes and how luxurious is like the carpet, the flooring, paints, and the extra additions that has been added to the property itself. Has this been considered in my property as well assessment?
Thank you for your question. I think I understand the question is that are we taking into consideration the condition, the type of finishing, what is new in the property? And I would say yes, that's how we normally compare these properties. It's compared by the sale only. And the sales going to be somewhere between April 1st, rather from January 1st, 2016 to April 1st, 2018. Ideally, we like to get the properties that are closer to April 1st, 2018, that compares in area, which is in these properties that we have here. They're all in your area, which is in South Point. They're all cab overs. These properties were built between 2011 and 2017. Yes, we would like to have them all built in 2017, sold around the same time or so. But when we don't, we have to get the other properties and so on that are at least close to the same year. And keep in mind that there are going to be adjustment. For example, one adjustment would be if a property is older than yours, then it's going to sell for a little less than yours. If it's newer than yours, it's supposed to sell for a little bit more than yours. When I say newer, I'm not meaning like a month or two, but it must be, must have a difference in years that would show either an appreciation or depreciation. We also compare with the size. We like to keep the size as close as possible. No two homes is going to have the same size, as you know by now. They vary between 1,792 square feet here for comparable, which is number 1. And number 3 comparable is 1,909, but they're fairly close that we can make slight adjustment on them. What I like here is when you compare the basement development, they're all very close. Yours is 958 square feet. Comparable number one has 984 square feet in the basement. Comparable number two has 962 square feet, and the last one has 982 square feet. So it's very likely that the value for the development is going to be highly similar. Now, there may be differences in bathroom area, in which case there is going to be, again, slight difference in that. I see there is no difference in central air conditioning. Each house has the same, so don't make any adjustment for those. As for attached garage, again, there is no difference in the attached garage. There is no difference in value here. And as for the lot size, typically, the houses, once a building has been built on a lot, you can't do anything more with the lot. It's just that if it's slightly larger, there's going to be a little bit of contributory value on that, and therefore, yes, we take that into consideration. So overall, you're seeing your property at 513 is more or less comparable with the rest of them, and in fact, it is lower than 2, and it is higher than number 2 comparable at $502,000.
So with this, like, the question is regarding the type of finish. Like, there are high-end finish and there are like standard finishes and whatnot, but this is not considered in the assessment, right?
Well, you see, what we try to do here is to make sure that when we valuing these properties, we tend to look at the condition of the property, then you have a value in it. And then the reality is that all these type of homes that we have experienced, when you have that many square feet and so on, more than likely they are built to complement the rest of the properties. Now I've seen many of these cab overs, and I'm yet to see a bi-level that has completely finished basement that is not done with at least an average finishing. So we compare these properties as having all as averages. Indeed, some of them may be slightly better than others, or when we do it as average, we tend to come up with a fair value.
Okay, I'll respond to that in my presentation once it comes. Thank you.
Do you have any further questions?
No.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Lorendo, any questions for Mr. Ramswack?
No, I'm good.
Mr. Hutchings?
Yes, thank you. Mr. Ramswack, any idea on the sale date of that 2017 sale?
I'm sorry, Mr. Hutchings.
The sale date, do you know what the sale date was on the 2017 sale?
Do I have a sale date? I probably do. We have a land titles office registration. 20th of December 2017.
December? We'll confirm it with the homeowner right away. Thank you.
There you go, by land title registration.
So December 2017, okay? Now, I'm kind of piggybacking on the appellant's question of the quality of that the assessment is based on. What quality are you using in the model on the subject property?
I'm sorry, sir.
What quality are you using on the subject property?
What one?
What quality?
Oh, quality. Okay. I have the subject property. I'm glad you asked that question. Good quality, average interior, average exterior. And to further answer your question, Mr. Hudson, there are a few things I want to say to you as well. All the comparables are checked here. They have the good quality, average interior, average exterior. And also, just for your information, the property was built by Ventura Homes, and comparable number 2, 3, and 4 were also built by Ventura Homes.
Okay. So you're using good quality and the quality of construction, and you're saying that the comps are all modeled the same way. Is that your answer?
Voice is really bad for my ears. I have to do something with it.
Say it again, Bob.
You tell me what you said. Say it again, Mr. Hutchins, please. And you know I have a problem. You know, but and I know what it's.
It's okay. I've got my answer. Thank you. Okay. And the reason I ask is because now we haven't confirmed the selling price with the homeowner yet, and maybe he's added some additions or to the property after that sale price. But his purchase price is anywhere from
416 to 525.
yeah, like $50,000 to $75,000 less than the market evidence. But his new dwelling purchase price seems to be way lower than the market evidence. So we're going to determine that when the appellant presents his evidence. But that's why I queried about the quality of construction, and I suspect that's where he's going to be going also. But anyway, okay, I'll leave it at that then. That's all my questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I have no questions this time. So Mr. Hasabala, please go ahead with your presentation.
Hello, thank you for giving me the chance to meet with you in this hearing. So basically, I bought this property in 2017, December. Okay, December 2017 was the possession date. It's a new property, new built property. Just got directly from Ventura. And the selling price that I got it from Ventura was $435,000. Okay, so basically, this is the actual price that the builder sold the property to myself as the owner now, the current owner of the property. So if we're considering the reference date for the 2020 assessment, which is April 1st of April 2018, and considering that this property was sold to me from the builder to myself as the first owner in December 2017 for $435,000. So this is basically, it tells us what is the actual price of the property. Okay, so this is one thing. The other thing, I see that the assessed value for 2020 comes up to me at $513,000. So basically, this is like, and considering the reference date, this tells me that there is $78,000 increase in the value of the property just within 5 months, which is the cutoff reference date for April 2018. Which for me, like, I don't believe it. Like, if a property will get increased, the sale, like the price of the property will get increased by $78,000 in just 5 months. Like, so it's either the homeowners are making more money or the builders are not making money at all, if that's the actual or real price of the property itself. I know that I did some improvement to the property, which is basically I finished the basement. Okay, I finished the basement myself because, like, I have the ability. I'm handy. I'm an engineer, so I have the ability to finish this basement myself. And I finished this basement by the end of 2018. Basically, I would say November 2018. Okay, so the price that I finished this property with, not the property, I mean the basement, was around $25,000. Okay, so if the $25,000, which is about, let's say, $2.5 per square foot, okay, which is common, reasonable, like for finishing a basement. Okay, So if that 25 is added to the property price, which I acquired for 435, then in this case, we're talking about 470K. And I would like to share with you some of the properties as well. Like one of the properties that I viewed in December 2016, okay, in the same area, because I was looking basically for already built properties within South Point. One of those was in Caribou, and the property address is 10 Caribou Crescent, and it's bi-level, and it's the same model, and it's the same house, same size, same builder, same everything, okay. And at that time, the price, and I can share my screen with you so you can all see the sales thing. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming that, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Exactly. Okay. So this property, which is at 10 Caribou Crescent, okay, which is the bi-level cab over, same property as mine, exactly the same property. And I entered this property and I viewed it with finished basement, fences, finished landscaping, with not the furniture, but the appliances as well. Okay, and you can see here that for this one, the sale price was $455,000. Okay, which is exactly the same size of my property, and finished as well basement. Okay, the other one, which is 56 Caribou Crescent, okay, that was sold in 2016. Okay, it's the same, like the same area. This is still in the same in South Point. It was sold for 450. Okay, and there are more as well in this, like the same one in 86 Caribou. Okay, was sold for 468, and the other one was sold for 432. Okay, so this is basically from the book, the sales book that covers from January 2016 to April 2018. So basically, that's what I'm here for, because to me, like, increasing the price of the property by $78,000 in 5 months, like, we're not in Toronto here. So I believe that's all my my defense and presentation, and I see that the fair value for this is around 460. Like, considering the finish, the basement that I finished and whatnot. And just a question, like, it's not a question, it's a note, because I remember at the time when I was like signing this and preparing to have this with Ventura, the builder, I asked it how much would it cost me, would it cost the builder to finish the basement, like the same area that I have now, as like a den and a bedroom and a washroom. And the answer at that time was $35,000 for the builder as a contractor to finish the basement. And I didn't go with that because I decided to finish it myself, because I saw that there will be some saving on my side if I did it myself, which I did. So it cost me about like $25,000. So that's why like I see that the fair price for this is about 460, 470 max for all of this. Like, and again, like all these properties that that the assessor talked about at that time, they were full properties with finished fences, finished backyard, finished landscaping. While still, like, I only finished the front yard because this is part of the city requirement to finish it within the first year. Okay, and I still don't have like a full backyard, and I still don't have fences on my yard. Like, so to be honest, it was surprising to me to see that my property will raise by $78,000 in just 5 months. I'm just done with my presentation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Ramsuak, do you have questions for Mr. Hasbala?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Couple of things here.
Into the microphone, remember?
Yeah, there's a system. Yeah.
They won't hear you.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Halbala. Now, some of those properties that you comparing with on Caribou, can you tell us which ones does have basement finish, depending if they do, and which one doesn't at all? Obviously, there are lower values, but can you tell us if you know for sure that they have finished basement, and if so, the size of the basement or any such thing? Can you also tell us how many square foot each of these properties has and how old they are?
Okay, for the Caribou, like the 10 Caribou Crescent, I remember at that time the square footage of the property of the house itself was the same at mine because it's the same model done by Ventura. It was around 1,800 something square foot for the 10 Caribou Crescent. Because I remember that because I already viewed this property while it was on sale. Okay, and I liked it, but things went wrong and we couldn't finish the deal. So that's why I went to the builder, okay, and got the same model with the same area and same everything. So regarding the basement was finished with laminates, 2 bedrooms, and almost the same recreation area, and there was a washroom as well.
And your basement that you finished for $25,000, does that include your labor?
Well, yes, it's myself. Like I did it myself.
Was that just material?
Well, this is just material.
Just material.
Yes. And I'm giving a cap, like 25 was my cap. Like this is my maximum estimate at that time for that.
Okay. Did you say that you paid $416,000?
For what?
416, is that what you paid, you said?
For the builder?
Yes, how much did you pay? 416?
435.
435.
470.
Oh, 475. Okay.
No, 35. 435.
Okay, 435. Okay. All right, and that's all the question I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Lorendo?
When did you start the deal with them on, it was raw land when you bought it, correct?
Sorry, could you repeat that again? Sorry, I couldn't.
When you bought it? There was no,
When
you bought it and then you had the house built on the land?
I bought this property, like the possession date was in December 2017. And I had the build agreement done with the builder or signed with the builder in February 2017.
February 2017.
Yes.
So when did you take possession of the land right at the beginning? Because there was a sale on the land for 140,000. That was you that purchased it?
No.
No? So the land sale was in at 435,000, you're saying?
Well, I got everything together on the possession date. Like I didn't buy the land myself.
Was there a separate?
No.
So the total sale price was 435.
Yes.
I've got no further questions.
Okay, Mr. Hutchings?
Yes, thank you. Mr. Hasabala, so the purchase price was 435 and the declaration on land titles is about 416,000. Is that less the GST, or you know what your lawyer did there with, or your legal?
Well, to be honest, I'm not aware of that.
No comment? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you did do the basement finish by yourself after this purchase of the house, and
Yes.
you said you spent you're estimating $25,000 for
Right.
materials and some of your labor, or you're putting a price on the labor, but naturally you wouldn't get back every dollar you put in there.
Well, I did it in my spare time, like
Okay.
nights
Yeah.
and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay. And then you provided 4 comparables for the same house, actually, in the same neighborhood.
Yes.
You like the model, and you looked at, and you've got a variance there of prices going from 415,000 up to about 468,000, depending on whether maybe there was some basement finish, or those were those new dwellings or resale?
Resale.
They were
Resale.
Okay.
Yes. One of them that was at 86 Caribou.
Yes.
I believe this one was sold for that high price because it had furniture.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
Okay.
that one does kind of stick out, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And the value, or pardon me, the assessment that you want the board to revise to is about 460,000 in the current condition.
Well, I see that this is, I would say, fair price. Yeah.
Okay. And when you bought the house, did you have a concrete driveway, or did you have to add that too?
No, it was part of the sale price.
Okay.
It was added later on
Yes.
by the builder, because at that time you
Yeah,
can't have a driveway in winter. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. So that was included.
Yes.
Okay.
Madam Chair, if I could ask another question.
So when when you looked at those houses, and you kind of referred earlier to different quality finishes, what variants were there in the purchase price from Ventura? Would you say that yours was kind of the base model? I don't mean that disrespectfully, but
Well, because Ventura, they have 2 types of finishes, like
Okay.
high-end finishes and standard finishes.
okay, and so we're talking trim, quality of floor finish, any appliances that.
No appliances at that time.
Okay, so
Okay.
what would be the difference and the cost wise in those?
Well, okay. Will be, okay, for example, if you're gonna have like a marble floor, not the marble floor, I mean marble countertops,
Okay.
The luxury finishes for the bathrooms, like water jet,
Yeah, plumbing. Okay.
yeah, like all these different luxurious stuff. But mine was just basic finishes.
And what would be they probably did it in modules of the washroom and stuff, but are we looking at an extra $30,000 for the upgrades? Would it have been, or maybe you don't remember?
I don't wanna say that something that I'm not clearly 100% of. Yeah.
Yeah. But to confirm, yours was the base model, let's call it.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marla. That's all my questions.
Thanks. Marcel, you had a follow-up question?
As far as upgrades, did you put a deck on the house and fence in the back already, or
No,
still not completed?
I don't have deck. Even the stairs.
Okay. 10 Caribou, I noticed the adjusted sale price was $483,000. and change. Is that correct? The adjusted sale price on your sheet for 10 Caribou, I have it at 483,000 and change. Is that correct?
For 10 Caribou,
Light it up.
okay, let me check that. So the time adjustment sale price is 475.
475, okay.
And it was sold for 455.
In 17. Good, thank you.
Thank you. I just have a couple questions. So you said the purchase price of your property for the 435, that included the lot?
Yes,
And what about landscaping?
nothing.
Okay, so you had to landscape it yourself to get your deposit back?
Yes, that was a requirement by the city.
Okay,
Is to
so,
finish the front, yeah.
okay,
Finish
you
the front,
did
yeah.
that. That wasn't included in the 435.
Like, you mean the landscaping?
Yeah.
The landscaping was not included in the 435.
Okay.
I added the landscaping. Well, basically I had sod and topsoil.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Those are my questions. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just leave it with us and you'll receive a decision in the mail.
Okay, right. Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate your time, guys. Okay, take
you. Have
care.
a good day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Is anyone there for 311 Campbell Street?
No.
All right. 311 Campbell Street. Mr. Ramswack, please proceed when you're ready.
Madam Chair. So we have for 311 Campbell Street. Rule number 120-623-41000. It's a 1.5 story home, 1,336 square feet, and we have an assessed value of $354,000. 4 comparables in the same area. Each of them 1.5 story single family home. They vary from $355,000, $355,600 that is, which is comparable number 4. And the highest one is comparable number 2, which is $385,400. $354,000 does support the value, and I ask that you confirm it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Lorendo, do you have any questions?
No questions.
Mr. Hutchings?
Yes, one quick one. Mr. Ramsawak, so we've got an age variant that's to reflect the renovations before the 2019 sale, post-reference sale, I guess.
Yes, it is a post-reference area.
Okay, but the age variant is for upgrades?
I beg your pardon?
The age variant is for upgrades in the property?
I don't know that for a fact. I did do as much research as I can, and I did.
Okay, no, fair enough, that's good. Okay, thank you, that's all my questions.
Okay.
And I have no questions. So thank you very much for your time. And
We're not dealing with Ward?
You're done?
We're done.
I'm good to go. Thank you.
Michelle, can I close the docket this afternoon?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, we'll be